Welcome back, children. Today we are going to learn the relative atomic mass, the relative molecular mass, and percentage composition. Children, when we say atomic mass, it is very easy. It seems very easy. Mass of the atom is atomic mass. But when we see the actual condition, the actually practically if you see, atoms are very small. Practically atoms and molecules are very small in size. Thus it is very inconvenient and impractical to measure their weight. Directly we cannot measure the weight of atom because atoms are so small that they cannot be seen using very sophisticated microscope also. So because of its very small size, it is very impractical to discuss the weight of an atom. But still, there are some processes in physics by indirect method which is used in physics. It has been possible to measure the absolute mass of atoms. We can find out the mass of atoms by different indirect method in physics using the theory of physics, but this value is very small and it is not convenient to express them in our day-to-day life unit, common units like kilogram or gram. For example, absolute mass of hydrogen in gram, if you want to express, it will be 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So this is very impractical way to express the mass of hydrogen. Thus, it was considered that mass of a suitable atom should be taken as the scale and mass of the other atoms can be compared to its mass. Suppose if you take any mass of any atom as the scale. Now we have to compare the mass of other atoms with this scale. How many times it is heavier than that particular atom. So this resulting mass is known as the relative atomic mass. Now you can understand the word, why this relative word is used, because it is not the absolute value, but it is with relation to the mass of the selected atom, whatever may be. So resulting mass is known as the relative atomic mass. So this relative atomic mass, you must know, it is not the absolute mass, it is a comparative value. It's the ratio. In the beginning, the mass of hydrogen was taken as a unit and all other masses of atoms were compared to its mass. So hydrogen was taken as the unit. Remember here, hydrogen was taken as the unit. Mass of one hydrogen atom was taken as 1 unit and all other masses were compared to the mass of one hydrogen atom. You can see I'm balance, imaginary balance is displayed on the screen, and here you can see one side, the left hand side of the balance. You can find I have kept one sulfur atom. Remember, it is not a real balance, it is an imaginary balance. The sulfur atom is taken at the left hand side, and to the right hand side I have kept some hydrogen atom. Some hydrogen atom. Now you can see how many hydrogen atoms are required to balance one atom of sulfur. If you count, you can find 32 atoms of hydrogen are required for balancing one sulfur atom. So that is where the relative atomic mass of sulfur is 32. That means mass of one atom of sulfur is 32 times more than mass of one atom of hydrogen. So here you can see hydrogen is taken as the scale. Hydrogen is taken as the unit. And using this scale, we can define relative atomic mass as relative atomic mass of an element is the number of times one atom of the element is heavier than one hydrogen atom. So it's a number of times one atom of any element is heavier than one hydrogen atom. So that is known as the relative atomic mass. But later on, in 1961, all the scientists, they got together and they selected carbon 12 as the standard scale. Instead of hydrogen, they decided to use carbon 12 as the scale. Carbon 12 atom, the isotope, one of the isotope of carbon, that was taken as the standard or the scale. Mass of one atom of carbon 12 was considered as 12 unit. That means 1 by 12 times mass of a C12 atom is taken as 1 unit. One carbon atom, the mass is 12. So 1 unit means it must be, the weight must be 1 by 12 times mass of a C12 atom. So that is what the scale was taken. And now the new definition we can find for relative atomic mass. It can be defined as the number of times one atom of the element is heavier than 1 by 12 times of the mass of an atom of C12. So instead of hydrogen, here we have taken 1 by 12 times the mass of an atom of C12 as the unit, 1 unit. Thus, relative atomic mass can be calculated using a mathematical formula, that is mass of one atom of the element divided by mass of 1 by 12 the mass of one C12 atom. So this is how we can find out the relative atomic mass. Now children, it is time to have a view on relative atomic mass of some common element which is determined by, calculated by indirect method by using different theory in physics. So here a list is given for the relative atomic mass of some common element. Here you can find, suppose hydrogen, you can see the atomic mass is 1. Similarly, sulfur you can find 32 is the atomic mass. Aluminium 27 is the atomic mass. Chlorine is taken 35.5. When we say chlorine, the atomic mass is 35.5. What is the meaning? It is 35.5 times heavier than 1/12 of an atom of carbon 12. Okay, carbon is taken as the atomic mass is taken as 12. Now, the next part is relative molecular mass. Here also you can, molecular mass means mass of one molecule. But as we have discussed, molecules are also very, very small. It is very inconvenient to discuss the mass of, or very impractical to determine the mass of a molecule, to express the mass of a molecule in gram or kilogram. So, relative molecular mass, the definition is the same. Similar definition we can have. It is the number of times one molecule of the element or compound is heavier than 1 by 12 times of the mass of an atom of carbon 12. So, a similar definition, how many times one molecule is heavier. Before this we saw atomic mass, relative atomic mass, how many times one atom is heavier. Okay, now it is how many times one molecule is heavier than 1/12 times of the mass of an atom of C12. Now, relative molecular mass, we can find out this definition, mathematical interpretation will be mass of one molecule of an element divided by 1 by 12 mass of one atom of C12. And now, relative molecular mass is obtained by adding together the relative atomic masses of all the various atoms present in a molecule. The question is, how can we obtain the relative molecular mass? So here you can get the answer by adding together the relative atomic masses of all the various atoms present in a molecule. For example, you can see molecular mass of sulfuric acid. Now let us try to find out molecular mass of sulfuric acid. What is it? There are two hydrogen atoms and the atomic mass, relative atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. So it will be 2 into 1. Plus there is one sulfur atom. Sulfur, the atomic mass is 32. And there are 4 oxygen atoms. Oxygen, the atomic mass is 16. So 16 into 4. If you add this one, 2 plus 32 plus 64, which will be equal to 98. Similarly, molecular mass of, let us take copper sulfate pentahydrate. So how to find out? First we should know the relative atomic mass of copper, relative atomic mass of sulfur. Copper, it is 63.5, sulfur, it is 32, oxygen 16, hydrogen 1 and oxygen 16. So now we have to take this one as the standard data and we can find out the molecular mass of blue vitriol. So you can find one copper molecule, one copper atom 63.5, one sulfur atom is 32, 4 oxygen atom 4 into 64, then 5 water molecule. So inside the bracket I have found the molecular mass of water, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, total 18 into 5, 90. So 63.5, 32, 64 and 90. So all together it will be 249.5. So this is how we can find out the molecular mass. Once again I want to tell you, the relative molecular mass is obtained by adding together the relative atomic masses of all the various atoms present in a molecule. So we have to add the relative atomic masses of all the atoms present in the molecule. Now the last point here in this lesson is percentage composition. First of all, we must know what is percentage composition. So percentage composition of a compound is the percentage by weight of each element present in it. Each element present in it. So we can calculate the percentage of an element as follows. The formula, mathematical formula I am going to give you. So each element we have to find out. So percentage of an element, any element in that compound, it will be equal to total weight of the element in a molecule by gram molecular weight of the compound into 100%. So this formula you can just write down, note down in your copy, because we are going to use this formula now to find out the percentage composition of different compounds. So total weight of the element in one molecule divided by gram molecular weight of the compound into 100. Now you can see, we will just solve some problem here. You can see, calculate the percentage composition of various elements in sodium carbonate. All of you know the formula of sodium carbonate, it is Na2CO. What is the first step? We have to find out the relative molecular mass. So the relative molecular mass of sodium carbonate can be calculated. Atomic mass of sodium is 23. So 23 into 2. Atomic mass of carbon is 12. So 12 Atomic mass of oxygen is 16, so 16 into 3. Total 106. So according to our formula what we discussed now, 106 gram of sodium carbonate contains 46 gram of sodium and 12 gram of carbon and 48 gram of oxygen. Now it is very clear. This one is 46 gram of sodium, 12 gram of carbon and 48 gram of oxygen. Now the percentage of sodium will be equal to 46 by 106 into 100%, which is equal to 43.4%. Percentage of carbon will be 12 by 106 into 100%, 11.3%. Percentage of oxygen will be 48 by 106 into 100, that is equal to 45.3%. Example 2, second example. Find the percentage mass of water in washing soda crystal, water of crystallization in washing soda crystal. Washing soda crystal, we know the formula Na2CO3 10H2O. Now first thing we have to find out the molecular mass, the relative molecular mass of washing soda crystal. We can find it out. Sodium 23, carbon 12, oxygen 16, then water molecule 18 into 10. So it will be equal to, you can find out 46 plus 12 plus 48 plus 180. This 180, it is due to water molecule. The total is 286. So from this what we can find out? 180 gram of water is present in 286 gram of sodium, washing soda crystal. Okay, mass due to water of crystallization is 180 and the molecular mass is 286. Now we can find out the percentage composition, percentage mass of water of crystallization. 180 divided by 286 into 100%. So it will be equal to 62.9%. So children, I hope you understood everything. Now thank you. Have a nice day.